Hello everyone, welcome to live coverage of the first ever KSR Formula E race. Well, it's been an eagerly anticipated series this has been, and it's really good that we are finally ready to go racing. Which is going to make, I think we could be in for a very interesting race today. As they're just getting their final preparations. It's after so much preparation, it's really good now that it's finally time for everyone to get the gloves on and finally go racing. It will be combined YouTuber who will be providing with the commentary for today's race in what is hopefully going to be an interesting Beijing ePrix. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be doing some pit reporting during the race. But I think we are definitely in for a very interesting race here today. To see 20 electric racers about to take to the grid who in around 10 minutes time will be barreling down to the first corner. Let's just hope the first race is a clean one. I mean, the drivers have driven really well so far this weekend. No one has actually had any problems. There have been a few bits of contact with the walls, but no one's actually managed to properly find the wall yet. It is a very good grid that we have here in the KSR Formula E. We've got plenty of ex-CRC drivers, and not only that, we have plenty of drivers who didn't manage to make CRC able to show how well they are. For example, Bex Howie, who won CGP2 last year but couldn't find a CRC drive. She is in this championship. And also we have plenty of other drivers who have been in CGP2 for a while. For example, Ellen Oakley, who's now sacrificed her CGP2 career for this, or she's leaving CGP2 at the end of the season. She is going to do the final round next week in Abu Dhabi. But we've got a very good grid here in the KSR Formula E Series, as they're just making sure, getting the final preparations done, just to make sure everything is fine. Because the last thing that would really give a bad image for the league is if, say, there was a glitch in the first ever race that gives the league a bad image. So they are really making sure that everything is all ready. There is no fan boost in the KSR Formula E, but we are hoping that can be in the series. Maybe later on in the season, that we hopefully are going to have three drivers able to win the fan boost. And I honestly think we could be in for a good one. After qualifying earlier, I'll be right back. Then we're almost ready to go to the world feed. as we're almost ready to get to the world feed. It's going to be, I think we are in for an exciting one here today. But we're almost ready. Here in Beijing. As now we're ready to go to the KSR coverage. Hello everyone, welcome to Beijing, which plays host to the first ever KSR Formula E race. It's going to be an interesting one, I think. But it's going to be weird. I think it's going to take a lot of stopping for those two EMAT cars. Because, I mean, they are so competitive. We saw Jack Baldwin top the session, but he did run into traffic during his group in qualifying where he was stuck behind Georgia Johnson for quite some time. He's still in 9th on the grid, so we could expect an interesting race from him today in the Electromanic Motorsports car. But it's going to be very interesting, I think, this race is, as to who we're going to see take victory. We're almost ready to get underway. Here in Beijing, we've got 3 minutes to go till we're going to go to the customary grid rundown, which we've done in the real Formula E style, which I'll take you to. Then I'm going to hand you over to Combined YouTuber, who is going to talk you through the race. I'll resort to being a pit reporter, and then he is going to do the main race commentary. Should have iFoz in the commentary box, but he is unavailable, unfortunately, for this. So just making sure that he is in the commentary box. So, we've only got 2 minutes to go, and then I'm going to take you through the grid rundown, then I will hand you over to Combined YouTuber, who'll be taking you through the race. So we've got 2 minutes till the grid rundown, but it's going to be a very interesting race, especially with these two EMATs up front, but I'm sure the last thing they're going to want to do is to crash into it. So I'm going to do the grid rundown. We're now ready, almost ready, for the grid rundown to get underway. They're just loading the game. Here we go for the grid rundown.
Oh, yes.
There's it. You can see the cars ready there. On pole position, it is George Chandler ahead of Peter James, who lines up in second. Holly Steele, who's going to be aiming to beat those two AMATs, starts in third, ahead of Flora Mackay in fourth on the grid. Bex Howie, CGP2 champion last year, lines up in fifth, ahead of James Casey in sixth, with Ellen Oakley sacrificing CGP2 for this series, who lines up in seventh, with Tomasz Mrozkiewicz lining up in 8th. In 9th on the grid, it is Jack Baldwin ahead of Georgia Johnson in 10th. In her first sim race in 3 years. 11th on the grid, we have Araf Amin ahead of Mia Webb-Contreras in 12th. Daniel McDonald lines up in 13th ahead of Dominic Proctor in 14th. Emma King lines up in 15th ahead of Harry Stagg in 16th. In 17th on the grid, we have Jodie Van Gramberg ahead of Scott McLean in 18th. And rounding out the grid, we have Oscar Minto and Joshua Sutil. And that is your grid for the opening KSR Formula E race. It's certainly going to be an interesting one. And now I've got to hand over to the in-race commentator, combined YouTuber.
So, hello guys. I'm commentating for this DRC Formula E KSR race. And wait for the... Do we have a formation lap? I don't know. Okay. So we look to the lights anytime soon. Here we go. Okay. There we go. We're going to do a 10-second countdown as we now. And it's lights out and away we go. It's a great start for Chandler there. As he goes into turn 1, that's James taking the lead there. As James leads the race, Chandler in second place. No, Chandler holds on there as James leads into turn 3.
Yep.
The chicane.
Yeah, it was a very good start by Peter James, as you said there. But Steele almost managed to get down the inside. But it looks like they have all managed to get through. Very clean start, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Just the teammate taking each other into turn 1. As who's this? Are we having this car coming down this side of don't really know the driver's name, sorry.
Bottom
side
corner.
By side. Now with Amin. Actually with Jack Baldwin now, as
Bex Howie passed Flora Mackay off the line as well.
Okay, so it's James who still leads from Chandler, then Steele in 3rd place, Howie in 4th place, Mackay in 5th, then Oakley 6th position, then James Casey 7th, then Moroz, I can't read that name.
Mrozkiewicz.
That's a hard name to say. Yeah, Baldwin in 9th place, and it's Johnson in 10th. Amin in 11th place, and Webb-Contreras in 12th place, and McDonald 13th. And King then Proctor. As James now coming, I think this is the final corners now. Here comes
Bex Howie.
He just goes on the curb there.
Yeah, Bex Howie
Pretty
did.
sure that was...
Got really forced onto the curb there.
And to complete the first lap, James leads from Chandler, then Steele, and it's Howie, then Mackay, then Oakley, Casey, Mrozkiewicz or something, Baldwin, Johnson, Amin, Webb-Contreras, King, McDonald, Proctor in 15th position, as we have Howie still behind Steele. We're on board with Steele now, his back wing, you see Kingfisher on the back, as Howie is behind him, but hopefully Howie will pass him.
Yep, Howie is starting to get really close. Got a bit of action here behind.
Oh, there's someone coming down the side there, but he gets forced onto the curb as all the other guys do there. So, yeah.
Plenty of action in these opening laps.
Yeah, it's good racing.
I mean,
pretty good.
I'm pretty sure everyone now is going to start to just conserve their car. Just, obviously, we do have pit stop phase, obviously, when they have to change cars in the pit lane. The two EMATs are pulling away up front. Looking quite dominant, aren't they, so far?
Yeah, the J, I believe it's a good start from him. Hopefully he might, if he gets a good pit stop, he might win this race, but it depends if Chandler can undercut him or something, I don't know. Maybe, but we'll have to see in the next few laps. As, that is how he's still over the back of Steele there.
Yeah, Steele is leading quite a train of cars as they head up towards the final corner. Apparently George Chandler has been told on the team radio, because I'm reporting from the pit lane, is apparently what EMAT have told Chandler to do is just to hold position and then wait till the pit stops. They don't want a collision.
Yeah. You never want your teammates to have a collision with each other.
That'd be the last thing that the teammates would want. I believe we're on lap 3 anyway. I'm not quite sure. I just need to check to see how... Yeah, we are on lap 3. It's just because that one's a bit behind and the one on the monitor is behind. So we are on lap 3.
Lap 3 of 28, is that? 26. 26. 26 is now... we have this car behind a pink car. Oh, it's actually... I can see the names down there. It's Casey.
Once again. Just like it was before, Casey gets forced onto the curb by, or has to go on the curb in a battle with Ellen Oakley, really trying to get past.
Casey is really aggressive there. As Baldwin we're now with, and we're with Mackay, as he's behind Alan in 4th at the moment, and can Mackay send it one down the inside? Nope, he's not even having a chance for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's at the moment, so still Peter James leads the race, but there's still quite a long way to go in this race.
Yep. It's only lap 4.
Lap 3.
Or lap 3 or whatever it is. There's still lap 3 as we, yeah. As now, Peter James still leads as Chandler. And look at how he's getting a bit closer, I think, to Steele. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Beck's Howie is starting to get really close now, but she just can't seem to get the drive off the corners that she needs.
What? Oh, still have Mackay up there as well.
Oh, we've got a bit of action here behind. This is Johnson, I think, trying to defend from Amy. I'm not sure why she was doing that, because she was quite a way ahead.
Yeah. That's, this is a race so far, but hopefully we'll have more action in the future. As Baldwin, now all the back of, that's Moroscuis or something. As Baldwin's on the outside and trying to get a much better exit, but not happening there. So, as into this next chicane, Baldwin's still chasing down. Oh goodness! Oh, he gets cut off by Webb Contreras there. Yeah, we have James Casey now still over the back of Oakley as he goes into this corner. Hopefully get some. Hopefully we can have some overtaking, because we haven't had any yet.
I've had a bit.
We've had a bit, but not many overtaking, no?
Look at Mackay on Howie. This is how Howie has to be really careful here, because with Mackay, but if she doesn't want to risk a move on Steele that is going to allow Mackay through.
Well, hopefully Mackay can get Steele here, but it's going to be hard. This is a street circuit, so yeah, it's limited places to pass on the street circuit. It's now on board with this Baldwin on the back of the. I still can't pronounce that name properly. No, yeah.
Yeah, Morozkovic is
As
leading a train.
Morozkovic also. As he's getting a little bit closer, but just not close enough into that corner. As there's a car looking on the inside, I think there. Who's that? Eamon. Looking at the inside, just gets cut off there by Johnson.
And here you've got Baldwin, still trying to get past Morozkovic.
Morozkovic, that's how you pronounce it. Baldwin still. Can he make the... Well, obviously there's going to take the places, as I said before. It's a straight circuit. After a check. As... Oh, wow. McDonald gets cut off there by King there, as he's just... Wow. I love how the McDonald's logo on his car.
Yeah. I was wondering that earlier as well.
Who's this? Oh, he's come... Oh, look down the inside there, hasn't he?
Yeah, if he committed, that could have been some move. If only he'd stayed committed, then he could have made that move stick.
Yep.
Baldwin getting
Baldwin's
very
getting closer into this next corner. Morozkovic is defending his place well though. And we have Johnson right on this as well.
Having a very good view of this as well. I think Morozkovic might have over-defended going into the final corner, because now, look at the run Baldwin's got going into the final corner, which I think is the most common overtaking spot, but he doesn't quite able to make the move stick. Oh!
Look at, here comes down the inside Eamon. They're going to be running side to side down this back straight. Who's going to win now this battle? It's a right-hander to turn one, and he has the outside line, so... he had a chance there to overtake, but he just had the wrong corner line there. Eamon.
So you've got Webb Contreras.
Contreras is now, he's got King on the back of him there.
Look at Baldwin.
Look at this, is that Baldwin? I get down inside of Rodriguez.
He's done it.
Baldwin's got the move on there.
So, let's have a look at how he did it. Have a look at where he did it. So, what actually happened? He just got the drive off the second corner.
Yeah, but most of it's just got a bad exit.
Yeah, and then he's just still very good to be able to hang it round the outside going into the chicane.
Yeah, very fast. Yeah, as you see the little ball there, he just has the drive and he just goes and hooks it round the outside.
Yeah, that was a good move.
Yep, surely was. As meanwhile, out in front, Scott James is now with Howie. Still all of the back and steam, but doesn't have a chance to get past at the moment.
Look at how close these two EMATs are running, but of course, George has been told to hold position.
Oh, so that's just 2 orders there.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier.
So now Howie.
Look who else is we got Oakley and Casey reeling in this train.
Yeah, so see, it's clearly Steele's holding up everyone in this moment now.
And Baldwin's starting to drop the cars behind. Lap 7 of this race we are on.
Lap 7, even though it says lap 6, this is
yeah, that's
late
a stupid thing on the TV.
So at the moment it's going back of the field with McLean now. It's back to the battle between the two teammates in the front, James and Chandler. We're on board with Chandler as he's behind his teammate.
He has been told he's obviously not going to go for the move.
Position. According to his team, his radio engineer guy is now. Is this? We're on board with Mackay on the back of Howie. But he's not quite close enough there. As wow, this is it's had a few overtakes this race. There's not many, but Mackay trying to it's a street circuit. You would expect not that many overtakes as Mackay trying to. He's getting a little bit closer, I think. I'm not sure if he is though, but.
Howie is now starting to get really close to Steele.
Well, looks like. Well, Howie's running out of power. He's on 5%. Yeah, was that like car numbers? I don't know.
This is Howie we're on board with.
Yeah, I know. But
Look at how far in front the two EMATs are.
wow, Steele's holding over everybody is now. Howie right behind Steele.
It's Steele who's doing them a huge favour here by holding everyone up behind. I think Howie does have the pace to catch up with those two MATs, judging by what we saw in practice, and same with Jack Baldwin as well. But they just got caught up in traffic.
Yep. As is this? Is that Johnson? We are behind Moroskovich, Baldwin. In front of him. Baldwin in front, or is behind him? Yeah. He goes. Here they go, round, this is the battle for the 9th at the moment, between
Moscovich, Johnson, Eamon, Webb Contreras. Mainly Moscovich, Johnson, Eamon.
Okay.
Look at Jack Baldwin, look how quickly he is caught up to James Casey.
Yeah, Baldwin's,
he's got good pace.
Baldwin's got good pace, yeah, he's just, look. He must have the good power as well. Better power than the other cars.
Maybe he's not really. Maybe he's pitting early and not really saving energy. But it's going to be when the tyres go that we might see a bit more mistakes and not the tyres, but when they all run out of energy, we might see a few mistakes.
And now Proctor, looking at Rand over here, he's getting a lot closer. He's all at the back of him. He's got runners.
Jody Van Gramberg in the IST.
He as Proctor, is now around the final corner, I believe. This is now Proctor versus Van Gramberg down towards the first corner. As no one is not going to go for the G is not going to go for the move. Now
going back.
Baldwin, Casey. Go back to that battle between Oakley, Casey, and Baldwin. As now Baldwin hopefully can get Casey. Yeah.
Look at the run he's got out of the final corner. Is he going to send one up the inside here? That'd be very brave if he does. Not quite.
Oh, he got cut off there.
But he certainly put himself in a good position now, has Jack. As we're now starting to approach the halfway stage of this ePrix.
Yeah, it's lap 20.
It's lap 9.
13 actually. Lap 9. Okay. Lap 13 will probably be halfway, so it's 26 laps. So now Baldwin trying to get.
It's going to be when the pit stops come in. It's going to be when we have pit stops that it's all going to get really interesting.
When is the pit stops now?
I'm presuming around half distance, because that's when everybody will be wanting to pit.
Yeah. Okay, so Casey now trying to get, well, he's right behind Oakley. The Baldwin will be looking to get both.
Look how close Casey is.
Oh yeah.
Right with it.
Meanwhile, that's the steel train.
So now, I don't think he wanted to send a move up the inside, because then he'd have to be on the outside for one, which would put him susceptible to Baldwin, who he knows he has good pace. But he's going to be wanting to go to see if he can make it maybe into chicane, maybe. He just needs to stay at a reasonable distance. So Casey looking very feisty in that Casey car.
Casey in a Casey car.
Obviously, he runs the team.
Casey now right back Oakley.
Oh, look at this. This is Mackay having a look down the inside of Howie.
Oh wow. He gets cut off the position. That happens every single time. It's unbelievable. Now,
It seems to be so easy to defend round here.
the streets are a bit.
Yeah, Mackay, there's a battle here. Look at this.
His knees on the side. That leg was straight.
It's King and McDonald.
Oh, he fucking gets pulled off there. I think. I'm not sure what happened.
And now King gonna have a look down the inside of Webb Contreras, and she has made that move stick. That was a bold move from Emma King. Obviously struggling to catch up with her teammate Steele, but performing a bold move like that was a good move.
Yeah. Now
The two EMATs. Shame that they're not letting their drivers race, isn't it?
Yeah. Just like the
But
yeah,
James
she
is going to the inside to defend. I'm not sure if he knows that Chandler has been told not to try and overtake, just to not risk a collision. These two cars, obviously, it's a very striking livery on the EMAT. With Peter James in the lead of the race. So we're on lap 11.
lap 11, this is lap 1. It is now Johnson for that is I'm not sure what his name is now.
Johnson's been behind Roskovich for a few laps now.
Yeah, he needs to make the mistake anytime soon, otherwise he'll get dirty tyres and
Yeah, she's going to be susceptible to Amin as well.
yeah, Amin, yeah, it's true. He's right up
We've got a bit. This is a great battle. This is probably the best battle on the track. We're seeing a lot happen in this one. There's Webb Contreras trying to get back past Emma King.
Webb Contreras. What? Back in now.
Yep. Of course, Mia only racing in this race because Vangro's got, who would usually be in that car, has got Formula Renault commitments. But for the rest of the season after this, it will be Nicky Vangro racing in that Robinson Sports car.
Now, still with Mackay, this third place battle turning to trying to go into the cracker, as it's a massive train
Behind Oakley.
But it's a steel train back as Mackay's still back.
I think they're going to wait. I think there's going to be pit stops in a minute, so I think they're going to wait till the pit stops.
Look at Baldwin behind Casey there. There's so on board with Baldwin. We get to third run. Is it this corner? I'm not sure. Into this corner, we are behind. He's behind Casey. The two J's fighting out.
It's been an interesting race so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been alright.
We've seen quite a fair bit of action. Oh, look at this!
Oh, he's got a bad exit.
Yeah.
Hi, trying to look at Howie.
Is she going to do it?
Oh! Oh!
Really forced onto the curb there. She really had to bail out of that one, otherwise she was going to go into the wall.
Probably going to make contact if they continue battling there, so...
Well, I thought I saw a bit of contact behind. Webb Contreras and McDonald still going at it.
Pretty good attempt, actually, there. From, who was it? Howie? No, Mackay, sorry.
Yeah, still 20 cars in the race.
Oh wow, no one's retired. That's really interesting. As we get board now with Aravaman.
Yep, it's been very good driving all weekend. No one has actually managed to find the wall this weekend yet, but there is still a way to go. So still the two EMATs out in front.
Oh, Chandler's really close, but some were told not to race, of course.
Oh, look at this. This is Johnson and Roskovich.
Johnson passed Roskovich there. No, he didn't.
Yeah, Johnson has been stuck behind Roscovic for a few laps ever since Jack Baldwin managed to get past Roscovic. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see some pit stops this lap. Apparently George Chandler was on the team radio, said, "Please, I'm a lot faster, can't I just drive past?" And then they said no.
Just like Rosberg.
And then they just said no. Gonna have a look down the inside. I think now he's starting to go against the team orders.
Oh, he's trying to do a battle.
Yeah, trying to ignore team orders. Exquisite orders from the team.
Yep, it's true, but if he ignores team orders, he's just gonna... Yeah, everyone's just gonna be mad at him. But hopefully he won't. Hopefully we'll have a fight, but... Well, yeah, Chandler's just gonna stay back now, I reckon.
Yeah, especially... I wonder if one of the EMATs are gonna pit this lap. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them did.
Probably the front half, to be honest.
But who... Are they going to give anyone... Try to give anyone an undercut? Here at EMAT.
Well, James will probably come in first, as he's a leading car, to be honest.
Yes, there's the pit lane now. Are we going to see anyone dart to the left? No, none of the... Neither of the two EMATs yet.
What about Steele? More with him now? No one pulls in the pits in the third to fifth place there.
No one
pulls in the pits yet.
Yeah, still they all feel they have enough energy.
Well, if they're trying to risk it, they'll just probably run out of power any time, and they won't just race. Because now we still have. Oh, is that Baldwin? No, that was his teammate. Chandler's still right behind James. He goes into the chicane. Hopefully they have a battle. Or maybe definitely ignoring team orders if Chandler gets the undercut and James here, but it's unlikely to happen.
If James gets the undercut, then they'll probably keep James in the lead. Or if George gets the undercut, I keep getting their names mistaken. If George gets the undercut, they'll probably keep George in the lead.
Okay. Well, George, yeah, it's lap 14, I believe, not lap 13, lap 14, I believe.
Yeah, I believe we will probably have some pit stops this lap.
Yeah, as now.
But who is going to... It's just a question of who is going to risk going longer.
Yeah. That's the question.
I think Mackay is starting to drop back, or maybe she is pitting this lap. So are we going to see any of the leaders pit? Not this lap, then surely next lap. Well, the pit lane's there. None of the EMATs, so they're staying out. They're trying to go as long as they can possibly go. Still no one yet.
Come on.
We're still waiting for pit stops to happen, because that's when it's all going to get interesting.
Oh, who's this? Johnston on the back of the Rust. And I can't say that right, and they're just not close enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be in the next couple of laps, because no one's... Let's have a look at the lap times. No, everyone is dropping off their... Yeah, everyone's over a second off their pace now. They're really having to save. They are all really having to save energy now.
Yep. Someone must come in the pits. They all run. Yeah, it just needs someone coming in the pits for that. Who's this? Oh, Baldwin.
Still, I think Baldwin's going to wait for an undercut.
I'm pretty sure that Casey's dropped back from Oakley there.
Yeah, I think they're all starting to prepare for their pit stops. Eamon having a little look down the inside of Georgia Johnson.
Oh wow, what is this train? Wow, there's like 6 cars. That's a great train. I don't know.
All being led by Tomasz Roscovic.
Well, they're
name I can't pronounce very well. James still is in the lead. And
He's going to the inside to defend for some reason.
Well, the two teammates coming to pits. That's the question now.
Yeah, they can. They can. They do have to log the lap they're planning on pitting in, so they would have 2 teammates in the pit lane. So none of the EMATs yet, still, but I think we will probably have. I'll be very surprised if no one comes in this lap. None of the top 5 yet, but. Oh, look at this! This is Johnson versus Mrozkovic for in the battle for 9th place.
He has the inside line.
Yes, she has the inside, going into the final corner, and she has finally made that move stick after following Mrozkovic for so many laps.
Moves up into 9th place. Wow! Finally. After all that time behind him, gets past him.
I thought I saw something. No, it was McLean completely dive bombing Minto there.
Wow, Minto dropping back a long time there. He's probably going to be down last any second here.
Well, he's going for the inside of McLean.
Minto comes back on the inside, but not quite. Yeah.
Oh!
Minto.
Tough tapping the wall there. Not sure what that was all
Didn't quite
about.
see it.
And here is McDonald still trying to rule it out with Mio Contreras.
Oh,
And
he's just forcing on the curb again. That's different. As Casey versus Baldwin again, but of course. And now back to the 2 leaders.
I wouldn't be surprised if we wasted another like 3 laps for the pit stops. We will have some at some point. It's pretty obvious that we will. Judging by how the times are dropping off when they change car, but they're all trying to go as long as possible, just to ensure. As Baldwin here, you've got behind. Thought I saw someone go into the pits. No, I didn't.
I saw Howie was really close to steal before.
Yeah, Baldwin's still very close.
But yeah, he's actually closer. Now I think I'm in. Can you go down to Madriska? Oh god.
Mrozkovic. Oh! This is interesting. Here comes Sutil down the inside of Van Granberg. And he has made that move stick.
He's actually got the move done there. Joshua Sutil, not Adrian Sutil, but Joshua Sutil, up into 16th.
Yeah.
Looking at midfield battle. Boring. Sutil, Adrian Sutil. No, I just said Adrian Sutil.
Still all brawling it out. This whole train is. They've got. We are waiting to see if we're going to see a safety car at any point.
Safety cars.
But no one has
around the streets like that.
No one has managed to throw it into the wall yet to cause one.
Oh wow, unbelievable. And now Baldwin, who's closer to Casey than he ever imagined, as can he get a better run out of this corner?
Yeah, he does get a very good run.
Oh, he was actually, yeah, okay. So he's really close to him as he goes down towards. This is a left-hander coming out now.
It's all kicking off ahead.
And as this, we're on the back of Steele's rear wing, as we still have this train. It's a truly train run for 3rd place.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I saw some. Oh, both that EMATs into the pits. Finally, we have pit stops. They're all coming in.
Now, everyone's in the pits now.
Well, Casey stays out. We've got.
Wow.
They're all coming in now. And they're all going to be in for like a minute, obviously, because they're changing cars. This is where it's all going to get interesting. We've got a whole load of cars coming into the pits. So, James Casey is the driver that has stayed out. He has rolled the dice here.
He's in the lead. That's interesting from James Casey.
Yeah, Baldwin's still in the pits. They're all obviously going to be there for a very long time. So, James Casey, it's all going to depend on how they can all get their pit stops. Obviously, they're not going to exit for a while because they have the minimum time of 70 seconds in the pits. They're all probably just jumping out of their car and then going into their new car. Who's going to do that quickest? So where is James Casey going to come out? Van Gramberg is coming. So no one's exited yet. They're just waiting in the pits for their minimum time to come. I'm presuming it'll be around a few more seconds, then we're going to see them exit the pits. But let's have a look at James Casey to see how he is going to get this. Yeah, they're all moving now. We've got some cars going out. So, it's Peter James out first. They're just coming out exactly as they went in, these two EM80s. So, what about James Casey? Where is he going to come out?
Oh, James Casey will definitely pick the slack, that's for sure.
Oh, has that bombed in the pits for someone? Oh, Steele very side by side with Bex Howie, and Oakley has got them both. Oakley has got ahead of both. Whilst Mackay, oh, this is going to be very close. In the pit exit. Oh my god, this is tight.
Who's going to get out first?
Who is going to get out? They're still side by side. This is the most exciting action all afternoon, all morning. Oh, Howie clatters the wall there. And Steele. Eventually, Howie had to bail out of that.
Wow, that was great racing.
That was great racing. Casey stayed out. That was amazing racing between those two. On pit exit. But Mackay has managed to get Steele. Steele side by side with Howie. Both Mackay and Oakley have gained.
Is that Howie? Wow. That's just unbelievable racing. I just can't believe what just happened there. That was just unbelievable. Did you not get closer than that without touching?
I think they did touch the walls at the time. Peter James' advantage extended. Casey's got a bit of traffic at the moment. But I'm presuming that he is going to pit this lap. I wonder if we got anyone else in the pits at the moment. No one else in the pits.
Got a lap car. Just behind Casey. Maybe I think Casey. No, he's not in the pits yet.
Yeah, Casey's still got to pit. It's going to be interesting where he's going to come out. Because he was ahead of Baldwin before the first pit stops. Trying to get past Oakley, who I don't think he's going to be ahead of Oakley, because Oakley has made huge gains.
Yep, so hopefully
we're on lap 19.
Stay out ahead of
betting that was that was Georgia Johnson who was unlapping herself because Casey is still really conserving energy. In he comes.
There he goes. Goes out to the left. Goes into the pits. Hopefully he can get out. Can he get out ahead of Baldwin? That's the question.
Arab Amin has lost out. He's in 14th place.
He was the guy who was racing. Arab Amin, yeah. As here he comes in the pits.
Here he is on his box.
He's trying to get out of the car. It's going to take about 70 seconds.
Yep, now he's got to wait 70 seconds to see where he's going to come out. Baldwin's on the back of this train of cars. It's still... And look at... Apparently Chalner has now been given the all clear to attack. If he wants, but just be clean, he's been told. He said they've been told, attack but be clean if you have more pace.
Okay. So... I believe that Chandler's going to be told.
Yeah, imagine if we have an incident like we saw in the real Formula E between the two EM80s. That would really annoy their team boss, wouldn't it?
Oh, wow.
Casey's still stuck there. I'm presuming he's going to go out in a minute. James Casey
get out.
Is still stuck in the pits.
I believe that the two EJs will be out.
EM80 will obviously be ahead. He gets going now. Of course, the two EM80s will be ahead.
But worst case right now, can you get out ahead of
Kyle Oakley.
I think he's made a mistake here by staying out because he's gone round on very low energy. There are some cars going through into turn 1 there. That is Oakley who's gone through. Oh dear, I think he's made a huge mistake. I think he could be under attack here from Georgia Johnson. I think he should actually, he will probably be ahead, to be honest. Just ahead of Georgia Johnson.
Wow.
But he is going to have a lot of pace on those tyres. Chandler's just staying back, I think maybe waiting till later in the race to be able to make a move.
Yeah.
But who do you think think's in prime position at the moment?
To win this race?
Yeah.
Probably James, yeah.
Look at Eamon now behind King.
Oh.
He's going to brake, but not quite able to make it stick.
Oh, he's really close though. Eamon, really close to King. He's really, really close. He's literally all over the back of the rear wing.
Lap 20 of 26.
Yep, we have 7 laps to go actually, including this one.
In what has definitely been a fascinating ePrix here at the Beijing Olympic Park circuit.
Oh yeah. King. Well, I think Eamon just dropped back. That's all. I don't know, but.
So Mackay looking on course for a podium.
Yeah, Mackay, wow.
Oh, look at the run that Chandler's got now on James.
Can Chandler ping it down inside? No, he can't.
These two EMATs out in front.
They're going to have a fight in the second, I reckon.
Yep, let's just hope they don't come together. That would be really controversial.
Yeah.
If they did collide.
There'll be lots of suit action if they collide.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would find that quite funny as well, to be honest.
Well, do we have this?
As Eamon still trying to get past King.
Oh, great exit.
But he had to back off, which loses momentum.
He took the curve, that's all.
Looking back
But
from
can
Peter
Chandler
James.
get James in the last laps? It's probably not going to be likely.
I think he's going to wait till the final lap, is George. And it looks like we lost combined YouTuber there for a moment. I have to restart the screen share now. So we have combined YouTuber back now.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, because he's right on the other side of the world to me, and we've lost him again.
What's going on?
We keep losing him. Obviously, he's on the other side of the world to me, aren't you?
Yeah. No, now. Surely I must include this connection. This car is now Steel. Back of Oakley dropped down.
Look at Howie trying hard to defend from Baldwin.
Yep. Oh, it's just getting.
This is getting a bit intense. This battle. It's the battle for 4th place that also we need to have a look. Keeping an eye on. It's between.
It's a real big train.
It's between Oakley, Steele, Howie, and Baldwin.
Yeah, Baldwin is the aggressive driver, so hopefully he'll make the good moves.
In the electromagnetic car. Look at Chandler now, but it's not quite close enough.
He's got a real chance here.
Heard a bit of action that was going on there between McDonald and Webb Contreras.
Oh. Let's do that. Still with this.
About to start with 4 laps to go after this one. Oh!
Yep.
Oh!
Wait.
James has lost his front wing!
What? Oh, wow.
So what happened? What on earth happened there? Please tell me it was not a team. Oh, he just made a mistake.
Oh no!
He just went straight. So let's have a look at the replay.
So basically, James just went too fast.
And with
hit
that
the
front
wall.
wing on the middle of the track, could we have a safety car here? Could we have a safety car here? With that front wing.
Sorry, I have.
With that front wing on the track, I think we could have a safety car here.
For the first time, the first race of the season, now it's turned dramatic.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a safety car.
Chandler.
Yeah, we have a safety car because Peter James managed to find the
car.
wall.
Wow, unbelievable. I can't believe it.
No one managed to find the wall up until then, and now it is Peter James who is the first to have found the barrier. This has promoted George Chandler back into the lead of the race. So
he was the pole man. James took the lead, and now James is out. Well, basically out.
So
Oh my god.
Peter James, where is he going to slot back in? Safety car he gets going now. Safety car will be going in a moment. We do have a safety car on. It will start. I think we might finish under the safety car, to be honest. Because it's going to be lap 24. Actually, I think we're going to have a laugh because apparently it has been set for. The safety car has been set for. The safety car has actually been set for 2 laps. So this is going to be lap 24. Yeah, I think we're going to have 2 laps and we might have a 1 lap sprint.
Oh, this would be beautiful. This would be
There
great.
is the safety car going out. The leader has to obviously wait. This could be quite some finish. This might actually take a little bit of waiting. There is the safety car. So,
Wow.
there we go. With the safety car.
Oh, I just can't believe what has just unfolded right now.
Yeah, they're all backing up behind George Chandler now. The safety car. There's quite a bit of distance between now and between the lead and the safety car. Has George Chandler got a problem? They're all going really slowly. Maybe just conserving energy.
Or maybe they're just backing up because it's a safety car. So they do that sometimes.
Yeah, not sure why everyone's going so slowly. Safety car did come out. And apparently the safety car has been deployed for... Apparently, because the safety car, there's no way they're going to clear that front wing in time. Apparently they are contemplating a red flag because they're just waiting for Peter James to catch up to the field. Apparently they're wondering if there's going to be a red flag because there's no way the safety car is going to be in before the rest of the race. I think that is the end of the race, I think.
What a race.
What an interesting race, which ended with George Chandler. And this is the end of the race. They're not going to bother with finishing the race under a safety car. They have ended the race, and it is George Chandler who has won the first ever KSR Formula E race.
Wow. Completely unexpected. We thought, because James took the lead in the first corner, and he just dramatically crashed. And I couldn't believe it. Oh
Yeah,
God.
Flora Mackay, it's not the ending that we would have hoped for. We were hoping for it to be... Well, I think the safety car is actually... I think maybe the reason why this is happening is because Peter James is trying to make his way through. That he's trying... I don't know what he's doing here. But we have a red...
What the?
Yeah, we're not gonna. It's not gonna be finished now because It's because they are waiting. Because for some reason the order said so. Peter James has had to be removed from the game due to that. So they're now gonna catch up to the safety car now.
Not Peter James.
So we have no red flag. We're going to have. There is no red flag. The reason for that is because for some reason, when it thought Peter James was supposed to be up front, and that was the reason why. And safety car is in. So even if they don't catch up the safety car, we are going to have the safety car in this lap.
It's the last lap, says it there.
No, it's that when it says that when the safety car comes in. So we're going to have a 1-lap sprint to the flag. So Peter James crashes out from the lead.
Wow. Can't mark my words. This ending the race. As Chandler looks like he's going to win this race.
But there's still 2 laps to go. There's going to be 1 lap under the safety car. And then there's going to be...
You know what can happen. I don't know what can happen. It's going to be a 2 lap. It's really a hopeful sprint.
So on lap 24, this is the penultimate lap. We're going to have a 1-lap sprint to the flag.
As we have a rolling start now.
They're not racing yet. They're just catching up to the safety car. We just don't know where the safety car actually is at the moment. There's just hope. It's all the way up this track. They might actually take a while to catch up. It's all the way in. It's all the way here. There is the safety car. It's going to take a while to catch up because it forced everyone to back off and let Peter James through. But Peter James then retired from the race.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of confusion there with the safety car. There was a bit of confusion. Can you see anyone beating Chandler? The safety car was here a minute ago. Yeah, I think they might just catch up before the end of the race. This could really come to benefit Chandler though on this final lap, but it's going to be very close in the midfield battles. Do you think Chandler's going to win this race?
Well, hopefully, but...
There is the safety car. They're going to catch them on the run down. I think they're going to catch it on the run down to the final corner. There they are. James is going to catch... George is going to catch it. I keep thinking it's Peter James. There is the safety car ahead. I think Peter James got a very good gap now.
Using Peter James well.
There is a safety car. I think he's been forced to back off now. Whilst he's been forced to back. He's trying to back off as little as possible so he can give himself a maximum buffer. A safety car is in. They're racing now. They can overtake. So, final lap. We are on the final lap of the Beijing ePrix, the first ever KSR Formula E race. You can call the race winner.
Yeah.
When George crosses the line.
To be fairly honest. Who's this?
So we've only got one retirement, and that is Peter James, who managed to crash out from the lead. I'm sure he's going to be really disappointed in himself by that mistake. Baldwin's still ahead of Casey, but Casey's got more pace, and he's starting to look like he can maybe make a move. Everybody's running very wide on that curve now.
Oh wow, Bottom.
This has been an interesting race, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It's just
crazy.
It was a little bit crazy, yeah.
Yeah, Peter James managing to crash out.
Yep, so
of course, he'll be hoping to make up for those disappointments in Adelaide in around a month's time.
A month again, oh god. I have to wait months every time.
Yep, just like in real Formula E, so we're used to it. As George heads into the penultimate corner. This has been a good drive from George, hasn't it? Now you can call him taking the flag.
Now, Chandler's backing off a little bit. Is now into the final corner. It is Chandler coming around the last corner now. And he wins the Beijing ePrix. The first race of the Formula E CRC Championship KSR. And he wins in the Beijing ePrix, the first race. Mackay in second, Oakley in third, Steele in fourth, Howie in fifth, Baldwin, and it's Casey, then Johnson, then Moroskovich. I should say it right. Webb Contreras. It's McDonald, that's King, it's Eamon, then Proctor, then Sutil in 15th, and then I took the rest because I can't see them on the order there. As Chandler with a brilliant win.
Yeah, Chandler really had that. I mean, he was chasing James, but then Peter James crashed out.
Yep. As I said before, so we have Scott McLean in 16th and Harry Stagg, I think that is, in 17th, and Oscar Minto in 18th place, and Jody Van Granberg in 19th, and then oh yeah, and the retirement was Peter James.
Yeah, Peter James was the only retirement in the EMAT.
Yeah, a dramatic retirement, I must have got to say.
Yeah, crashing out from the lead of the race. Really unfortunate. Yes. But that was an interesting race, wasn't it?
Yeah.
As they're just... I mean, there were a few times where it lacked overtaking, but I thought we saw an interesting race to start off this championship. What's hopefully going to be a good championship.
Yep. Hopefully have a good race in the next race.
Yep, Adelaide. Of course, they're using the former CRC layout that was used. Yeah. And it'll be, hopefully IFOS will be in the commentary box with combined YouTube on it, and you won't have to cope with me. And it'll be IFOS.
Well, at least I can commentate as well.
Yeah.
I'm clearly the better commentator than him, even though he's the main commentator, which is weird.
Yeah, they're all heading into their pits.
Yep, where's the podium celebrations, hopefully?
Are about to get underway. The podium celebrations. And that is going to be very interesting. So, it is George Chandler who is victorious. In the opening KSR Formula E race. I'm afraid I am going to have to evict combined YouTuber from the broadcast now. But thank you very much for commentating.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll see you in Adelaide. Yeah. But an interesting race that we just saw round Beijing. Just getting ready for the podium. Yeah, Baldwin I think will be a bit disappointed. But the championship standings, the first weekend of the season, they're just waiting for the result to import. And the fastest lap. Yep, George Chandler has the fastest lap as well. So he takes the maximum points from this race with fastest lap. So George Chandler takes maximum points. In an exciting race that we first ever KSR Formula E race. And we've got the podium coming up. And what this does to the championship. Mia Webb-Contreras getting points in her sole outing. Of course, as it's the first race, the driver's standings is pretty much a direct reflection of the first race. After Peter James who led the whole race, then made a mistake and then faltered under pressure. Managed to falter under pressure. And that was, unfortunately, it cost them a 1-2. MAT, a 1-2. The podium is about to get underway. All teams but SBN and Damac have gotten off the starting block. EMAT now leads are leading the constructors table ahead of De Cesares. Robinson Sports are in third with Kingsley fourth, Helix fifth, Electromagnetic sixth, KC seventh, IST eighth. Of course, we are waiting for the podium celebrations. We're just waiting. And the drivers are just going out onto the podium. And the anthem is played. As the trophy presentation is about to take place, George Chandler receives the first place trophy in a very interesting race. And Matthew Tucson, who is in Beijing, obviously as team principal for MAT, he is going to collect the Constructors' Trophy. He is very pleased with it to open the season in the way that his team have. Flora Mackay, second place. Good strategy from her. She drove well today in the Scuderia de Cesares. And in third place, Ellen Oakley, she had a good strategy as well that she pulled off. And now the champagne is sprayed on the podium. The drivers are getting very busy with it. That is it from the opening round. Join us in around a month's time when the series heads to Adelaide for the second round of the 2015-16 KSR Formula E season. Thank you and goodbye.